Welcome, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. The world around us is changing every second, and staying ahead of the curve feels like running a marathon. But do not worry, my knowledge seekers. Today, we will be bringing to you interesting tips on how you can always stay up to date in this rapidly changing world. I have with me here Steven De Koffi from Côte D'Ivoire. Steven is a champion when it comes to knowledge seeking, always up to date with what is happening in the world. He is a founder of a successful learning institution in Côte d'Ivoire, Dialektos, and a co-founder of an edtech startup, Pikelo. So Steven has moved from being a non-technical founder to a technical founder. This shows his commitment to continuous learning. And today, he will be sharing his insights with us on how he always stays up to date with knowledge. Thank you for joining us, Steven.
Thank you, Miranda.
I'm so excited to hear your insights on continuous learning.
Yeah. It's a pleasure for me to be here too. And hopefully I'll be able to share a few tips that people may find useful. So yes, let's go.
Okay, thank you so much. So when I was going through your biography, I was so fascinated by your insightful journey. I think you started as you have a master's degree in supply chain management. That's correct.
Yes.
And then you moved from supply chain to starting an education. Can you just walk us through your journey, your career journey as an entrepreneur?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So basically, as you said, I have a master's degree in supply chain management, which is what I read in college. So yeah, I actually started out my career as working as a supply chain professional. So I was doing operations. I was also doing purchasing and stuff like that. So in a number of companies before I decided to resign to launch my own education company. So that company is Dialektos. So yeah, I think I like education, and it's just normal for me to be doing something in education. Right? So yes, I started out as a supply chain professional, logistics, and then I resigned to create my own.
Okay, that's interesting. And right now you're into a kind of tech startup.
Yes. So my first startup is not my first company is not a startup. It's not a tech company. Mm-hmm. It's a traditional business.
Okay.
Right? Still in the education space.
Okay.
And yes, right now I'm trying to, let's say, break into the tech startup ecosystem.
Oh, that is interesting. So you've been moving from one sector to another. I would like you to share with our viewers what have been the challenges, and it shows that whenever you want to switch, you have to learn. Right now you're into tech. I know what it means to be into tech. There's always something. It keeps evolving every day. So can you share with us some of the challenges you've experienced in the course of your journey?
Well, the challenges are mainly, trying to overcome your lack of knowledge, first of all, because if you're trying to, move from one space to another, right, you need to learn, you need to acquire new knowledge, new information. I think that's the main challenge. And what makes it more challenging, or even more challenging, is the fact that you don't have time. You're already working. It's not like you're a student, in school. So there's a lot of being able to manage your time properly, and identifying the type of things that you want to learn and prioritize. Right? Okay. Basically, yes.
Yeah, not managing your time, because this is something that is very challenging to me. Being in my career, I'm also an entrepreneur and also into tech, and I just know that a lot of things that I need to learn. I know now in tech, we're hearing AI everywhere, data science. I need to learn this thing, but there is no time. Yeah. So how have you been able to fit in? I know you are the CEO of Dialektos and also the CEO of Pikelo. So I saw on your profile you keep posting new certifications, new things every time. How did you get that time to learn all these things, given your tight schedule?
So I'd say that basically depends, right? You need to be passionate about what you're doing, right? So especially if you're going to be starting a business in a space, or knowing that there's a particular problem that you're passionate about solving, before I'm able to solve this problem, to work properly on this problem, there's a certain number of knowledge or information that I need to acquire, right? So first of all, being passionate about a problem that you want to solve will give you the drive and the strength, the ability to manage your time, and basically decide, I have to learn this. I know I have to do it. Why? Because it is key in my process of being able to solve this problem that I'm trying to work on. So you need to be, we're adults. You don't have time. You're not a student. So there needs to be a compelling reason, which is what I call passion.
Okay, that means the first thing is, first of all, find what drives you. Know the thing that drives you. You should have the passion. But I don't. Do you think? Because for me, I feel like I'm so passionate about the things I want to solve. But I have the drive, but at times I get overwhelmed.
Yeah.
So how can we overcome this feeling of being overwhelmed so much? You have to do this. There's no time.
So it's easy, right? Not that easy, but I mean the steps involved are not very complicated. You have to break them down into small pieces of things that you can do, very tiny bit every single day, and you stay consistent over time. That's the only way. For example, just 15 minutes of watching a video, and an insightful video is enough. Like if you do it, let's say you do it every day, 5 days out of 7, 15 minutes. By the end of the week, you have spent, 2 hours learning something new, acquiring new knowledge, new information. That's how you stay up to date. You can't, you have to break it down into small pieces of things that you want to learn. I think that's the main thing.
The main thing. That is interesting. Even me, recently I've been studying the book Atomic Habits, and it was so interesting to know most often we get overwhelmed because we try to do a lot at the same time. You say, I want to achieve this, and you take 2 hours. Before you know, you cannot keep on to it's something new you're trying to incorporate into your daily habit. So for me, I wanted to be a reader. So what I did was every day, I said, I'll just start with 10 minutes of reading. Every morning, I'm reading 10 minutes, and now I know before going to taking my shower or taking a bath, I have to read for 10, and it's very easy. It has become a part of me. So I think that is the key. Breaking it down into smaller pieces, and before you know, it has become a part of you. So one last question for you, Steven. What advice will you give to your smaller, let me say the small Steven? If you're looking back at yourself maybe 10 years ago, and you've gained so much knowledge along the years, what would you have done? What advice will you give to your younger self?
That's an interesting one. Well, I would say, or I would tell the younger Steven not to be, afraid to pursue his passion. Right? Especially when you're a kid or when you're young, you hear different people's perspectives. Oh, this branch or this field or this domain is tough. It's for women, it's for men. So you have different people's perspectives. So don't be afraid to try things on your own and to kind of carve out your own path.
That is. Thank you so much. That is a lot. Yeah. So this is an advice to anyone. Maybe you're an entrepreneur, you're trying to get into tech, and you're just feeling like there's so much to cover. And don't get frightened by the journey ahead. You start small. And don't feel like it is not for you. It is for everyone. If you want something, you can get it. Don't be afraid to go for it. So it has been an exciting time with you, Steven, and I appreciate the knowledge you've shared with our viewers. So I think they might have more questions for you. I believe they can connect with you on LinkedIn.
Yes, I'm on LinkedIn.
What again?
This is where I'm more active.
Okay.
I'm also on Facebook and TikTok.
Okay.
But yeah, if you want to, ask me questions or get insights and stuff like that, want to talk business, yes.
Okay, business, yeah. So we'll leave your details in the description section. Anyone can get to you. Thank you so much for your time, and do have a blessed day.